Family, welcome back to another edition of the live podcast here at Pawn Expo 2019. With me, I have the man, the myth, the legend, Tim Collier, who is now who is now the ex-president of the MPA. First of all, thank you so much for your service.
Oh, you bet.
How many years?
Well, 2 years as president.
2 years as president.
Yeah, but I've been on the board 10 years, and because of the way the bylaws are, I have to stay on 2 more as immediate past president, or I'd be off right now.
They don't let you go.
They wouldn't let me go. So I have 2 more years on the board, and then I have to take a year hiatus and decide if I want to come back, which I'm sure I'll probably do.
Awesome, man.
Some committee work or something. So it's fulfilling.
I think once you join a committee, first of all, or an association like this, and you're on the board, it becomes part of your family.
Oh yeah, there's no question. Yeah, when you you put in the hours and you listen to the problems and the suggestions and all of those types of things, you want to try to implement as much as you can under your tenure. And so that's what we've tried to do: make some changes, address some issues, and we're proud of the direction we're heading. Awesome.
So this is the MPA. You were the president. Yep. I want to ask 2 important questions because this is
Make
called.
them easy. It's early.
So this is called Polynesian. It is very early, and this is Vegas. So we've got Renee on, Seth on. Hey, Mario, what's up, guys? So I want you to let people know at a national organization. What was the hardest thing, and what's the thing that you're going to miss the most?
So I'd say the hardest thing, and then it's this in anything you do, you always want to try to please everybody.
Yeah.
And you can't please everybody. There's always going to be reasons things are done a certain way, and we just got to try to adapt and, please as many people as we can and achieve the goals that are set out for us. So that's the hardest thing, not pleasing everybody, but trying to anyway.
Yeah.
And then the thing I'm going to miss the most is just the fellowship, and I'm not going to miss it because I'm not going anywhere. I'm not dead. I'm just stepping aside and letting some of the other folks step into a leadership role. But I'll still be on the board a couple of years, and then at that point, I'll miss the board meetings and the brainstorming and all that. But like I said, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm still young.
Awesome. So if you want to see Tim Collier next year, because he'll be here next year, God willing, you got to go to pawnexpo.com, get a ticket for next year.
That's right. We'll be at the Paris. We're moving venue. That was one of the things we got from input from some folks was, we've been at the Mirage for a number of years. Obviously, it's so difficult, as you know, Yigal, when you try to put on a show like this. Yeah, space that's required for the trade show or the booths, yet we don't have a tremendous footprint as far as number of attendees. We have a little over 400 attendees this year.
Yeah.
So our room guarantee has to be a set amount, and it's tough in Vegas to get hotels to even respond to your RFPs. You send out because they want the big guys. They want Microsofts and
they want 1,000 rooms.
Yeah, and so it's difficult, and that's a hurdle that we try to overcome. The Paris, came on board, and they were willing to give us what we needed space-wise, and so the space is going to be adequate for what we need size-wise. The room guarantee wasn't too much. The food and beverage guarantee wasn't too much.
Nice.
So it's going to work out good, and it'll give us a change of venue. Being at the Paris, it's nice. All the rooms have been totally redone.
I heard it's really nice.
Yeah. So it'll be a good change, and then we'll be moving the year after that.
Yeah. I just want to say something too. Like this morning's breakfast on pawnexpo.com, it said continental, but there's like breakfast burritos and breakfast. Like you guys, like really.
We always eat good.
Yeah. No, but you guys take care of the people here at the MPA.
Well, and
awesome,
again, it's a byproduct of Vegas.
Yeah.
When you have a convention and commit to the space, you also have to commit to food and beverage.
So it's bad food.
So we got to spend the money. We might as well eat well.
So if you're at your shop right now watching this, if you've enjoyed all the videos, go to pawnexpo.com. Check out when the dates are for next year. Just reserve
we're moving it up.
Yeah.
We're moving it up to be in the latter part of June, so we'll have no conflict with being real close to the 4th of July holiday, which is a plus. That was something else that people were asking for, and we had trouble, with some hotels meeting those dates, but Paris came through for us, so we're excited about that.
I want to go back to not pleasing everybody because this kind of like touches on that. I'm the president of my organization of a synagogue.
Yep.
And I know that being the president of something don't please everybody, but what you look out for is, the best for the organization
Sure.
as a whole.
Right.
Right. So let me ask you this question for those of you who are watching. You're a pawnbroker. What are some things that pawnbrokers decisions that they need to make to be able to help out nationwide and organizations like this, the NPA, to be a part of something and not just sit in their store and hope that everything's okay, but to make sure that, they're kind of ensuring their future?
So the first thing I would say is if you're not involved at the local level or the state level, I would definitely get involved. That's where it all starts, whether it be, the rules and regs that you have with your city code or your state pawn laws. You've got to get involved with your association at the local and state level first and foremost, because again, I was listening to Sam Shockey yesterday, and he said, all of the laws that get passed that affect us are California laws.
Yeah.
Well, now we could see rate caps in Washington, D.C., and obviously those are things and that's why we have a lobbyist that works for us that does those sorts of things and monitors that. But yeah, just getting to know your local city councilman and bringing them into your store and being honest and outgoing and meeting as many people as you can and just telling the pawn story. So many people, I like to say, when I go to Washington, D.C. for our Ledge Conference every year, and I'll meet with a new legislator a new member that knows nothing about pawn, or I assume they don't. The first question I ask is, so do you know anything about pawn? And they'll say, oh yeah, I watch Pawn Stars. Well, I'll take that as a no. Nothing against Rick Harrison. They've got a good thing going over there, but that's not pawn.
Yeah.
Pawn is different than that.
Yeah.
And so then we go through the educational process. And everybody needs that, because most of your city council people haven't had to go to a pawn shop and borrow money. They don't know what it's about. They don't know that it's non-recourse. They don't know that we provide an essential service to people who need gas to get to work, or diapers for the kid, or whatever those things are. So just tell your story, get involved at the local level, and then obviously we'd love to have you as members of the NPA. There's strength in numbers. We work very hard to tell our story at the national level, and then provide resources, educational resources, and there's some other things that are in the hopper that we're working on to provide more benefits to multiple store owners, single store owners, and so I'm excited about the future.
Yeah, for me, being a third-generation pawnbroker, owning the stores for 16 years, I started coming here super early on. Mm-hmm. And yes, the trade show is awesome. Yes, Vegas is awesome. And yes, all that stuff is. But it's this type of connection.
Sure.
Because last night, for example, when we came back from dinner, everybody said, hey, we're going to go to the center bar and hang out. And that's where a lot of the magic happens.
Sure.
And you don't get that sitting inside your shop.
Nope.
Some of the secrets that we implemented to growing our operation were shared with us at the center bar and shared with us over breakfast. And then we went back, we implemented and made an extra $30K. So I don't know how much this, I think the ticket's like $600 or $700 to show up.
Yeah, $550.
Something.
Yeah.
So if you invest, $500 for the ticket, $500 for a plane ticket, $500 for a hotel, it's $1,500 investment.
Yep.
And learn one thing that makes you $30,000. Is that worth it? That's what I'm going to ask you guys watching. Is it worth the ROI?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, we've had some great seminars, some great speakers.
Yep.
Today we've got a digital platform with Lauren Kaminsky and Seth Gold and a young lady who I've not had the pleasure of meeting yet, and her name escapes me. I apologize for that. And then we have Josh Davis and Sam Shockett and David Ash this afternoon for an Ask the Expert. So, but to your point, a lot of it's done, around the bar or around the pool or when we're socializing, as well as just the educational aspect of it from a seminar standpoint. So, so we try to provide, like last night, we had no formal functions. So it gave the vendors and the attendees a chance to go to dinner together and socialize. And so we try to keep that aspect of it too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's see who's watching. We got Raul's on. Ken, what's up, brother? Martin Strasser's on.
Hey, Martin.
Say hi. If you guys have a question for Tim, go ahead and ask away. But stay tuned for more lives here from the Pawn Expo 2019. Thanks for joining us. And there's no excuse not to be here next year.
No
got to make it happen.
Excuse at all.
For those of you who don't have a team, you got a year to put a team together.
Yep, that's right.
To hire a manager, hire a staff member to be able to take 2 or 3 days off. There's also I've met a couple of people who just came in for the day.
Yes, there are options available at different levels.
So you can find in the morning.
I'm actually I bought a couple of tickets for the closing session tonight for my two sons who are here.
Awesome.
You saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And so one of them I know is probably going to go in the pawn business. The other's probably going to buy me out at some point in time and make somebody run it for me.
Smart kid.
But yeah, so there's opportunities for whatever level of participation you want to have. So
I'm having a blast. Come see us next year. Go to pawnexpo.com. Again, tickets are going to go up, but if you buy them now at pawnexpo.com, you get it for the same price.
Congratulations, by the way, on your honor.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well
Appreciate
deserved.
it. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Stay tuned for a lot more lives here from Pawn Expo 2019. Thank you so much, Tim.
You bet. Thanks.